was caught up into the heavenly realms, and then I was received by Abraham. And one of the things that he said is that we are busy. We are settling the affairs of nations. We are settling the affairs of nations. And in the middle of that, I could, or within that, I could feel that behind the words he was saying the word usurpers, that usurpers were being removed.
I'm calling you to wish you all the best. The Gambian people have spoken, and I have no reason to contest the will of the Almighty Allah. Hello? Are you hearing me?
A last goodbye. Yahya Jammeh finally leaving Gambia, boarding a plane with his wife, close family members, to Equatorial Guinea. After days of negotiations with West African heads of state, the man who said he would rule Gambia for 1 billion years was finally forced into exile, bringing to an end his 22-year rule. After accepting the election results and then refusing to stand down, West African countries sent 7,000 troops into Gambia to force Jammeh to concede defeat.
Park Geun-hye has been in the Blue House since the court upheld her impeachment on Friday. A crowd of supporters greeted her as she arrived at her private residence. Our Ivan Watson has more now from Seoul.
South Korea's disgraced president in public for the first time since her impeachment on Friday, breaking her silence with a statement that offered very little remorse. "I'm sorry, I could not fulfill my duty as president until the end," she said via a spokesperson. "I will accept all the results. It will take time, but I believe that truth will definitely come out." On Sunday, Park emerged from the presidential residence known as the Blue House under cover of darkness and a cloud of disgrace. At this moment, the impeached president Park Geun-hye and her convoy appear to be leaving the official presidential residence. And with that, her symbolic position now comes to an end. It is an historic period for this country and the end of a political career and a political dynasty. A corruption scandal last year led to months of huge street protests that culminated in a unanimous ruling by 8 judges removing her from office. Now, as a private citizen, Park can no longer invoke presidential privilege to avoid appearing in court. She's likely to face criminal charges.
Celebrating a political downfall, Pakistanis dancing in the streets after the dramatic resignation of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, the Supreme Court disqualifying him during his 3rd stint in power, all this linked to a damning corruption probe that began with the Panama Papers. "Go Nawaz, go," his opponents chant, but as they cheer, their country is faced with a fresh wave of political turmoil. One of Sharif's closest allies is stirring tensions by implying parts of the powerful military had a hand in his downfall. But that doesn't change the fact that Pakistan right now has no leader, and any replacement will likely just be a caretaker until elections next year. Sharif's influential brother is rumoured to be one of the possible candidates. Whomever takes his office, though, has an enormous task ahead. There are concerns about the future of Pakistan's economy. Its ties with the US are worsening by the day, and the persistent attacks by Islamic militants has an already fragile nation constantly on edge.
Fellow Zimbabweans, I address you tonight on the back of a meeting I held today with the nation's Security Forces Command element. This meeting, which was facilitated by a mediating team led by Father Fidelis Mkonori S.J. of the Catholic Church, followed an operation mounted by the Zimbabwe Defense Forces in the week that has gone by, and which was triggered by concerns arising from their reading of the state of affairs in our country and in the ruling ZANU-PF party.
I have received, in terms of Section 96, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, a letter from the President, State House, Harare, Zimbabwe, 21st November 2017. The Honorable Jacob Mudenda, notice of resignation.
What happened is the people are just celebrating on the streets. Come with me. In Parliament, they read a letter that Robert Mugabe, the leader of nearly 37 years, who's been under pressure from the military, who's been under pressure from the people and everyone else in this country, has finally let go. He let go willingly. And just look at the scenes over here. They're partying in the streets, Brooke. 3 decades of under power of Robert Mugabe. He is the man that defines politics in this country. Now, after a week of tense times and military on the streets, Brooke, we're having the street party here in Zimbabwe. The ruler for all of this time that's ruled this country with an iron fist, he is gone. And these are the scenes in Harare, Brooke. Take a look.